You guys, I got a good subject, something I have thought about for a last year, and it's not even black or white. It could be black or white kind of a conversation, and what I mean by that is I've seen black people do this, and I've seen white people do this, and I've just seen a guy on, was it YouTube? Yeah, YouTube, do this to a cop. White guy, white pedestrian motorist driving in his car. State cop pulled him over. State cop came up to the passenger window, and the guy had it down about this much, and he could, see him just a little bit. And the cop asked him, "Can you roll down the window?" He goes, "No, I'm not rolling it down." He goes, "I'm telling you to roll it down." And it went back and forth, and everything the cop said to this guy had a problem with. This white guy, this motorist. and the cop's like, "Why are you being so argumentative?" and blah blah blah. And the cop pretty much said right there, and I agree with this, "Well, I'm looking to see, if you have anything suspicious in your car." And, why wouldn't you want to roll down the window? What's the big deal? I just don't like it rolled down. And he just kept going back and forth, back and forth. And this is the thing. Everybody cries that they want cops, but then when cops are doing their job, nobody wants to comply with them anymore. When I grew up, this wasn't a case. If an elder person called you or talked to you, you showed them respect. If a cop pulled you over or asked you to roll your window down or asked you to get out of your car, you got out of your car and you rolled your window down. What has happened with everybody? Nobody wants to listen to nobody with any kind of authority. Well, then if that's the case, let's get rid of all the cops and let's this be the wild effing West, and everybody carry a gun and everybody make up all their own rules. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. I think that is totally ridiculous. You should listen to a cop no matter what. No matter what. Like I said, I lived with that yo-yo. I don't even know if half of you don't even know this. And I'm going to tell you this. That fat Barb that I worked with her for a month when I got my condo, when my dad passed away. I got a condo in Mount Clemens. I bought for cash. I had a hard time finding a job because I wasn't out there in the job field, and I went and got a job at Walmart. It was a little too far away, actually, but I was doing good. She quit there right away because she's a mess. And anyways, she was getting kicked out of her apartment, and I said, and she was getting kicked out of her apartment, and I helped her, and her husband now has passed away. He crawled through my whole house. He wouldn't even try to learn to walk again, had a prosthetic leg, left it at their apartment. I'm like, I went back and got it for him. I'm like, who leaves their prosthetic leg behind? And she cried. She loved her dad so much. She left her dad's ashes in her apartment, and I believe I got them too. I'm like, why would you do such a thing? She was depressed. She really didn't want to move in with me, but I saved your ass because she should have moved into the street. She needed that wake up call. Some people are asses, and she was the biggest ass you could ever imagine. She was a cop calling idiot. We got in an argument one time in a car, and she's calling the cops on me. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And she made up stuff, and she did call the cops on me, and I got arrested, but all the charges were dropped. I read what she wrote. This is the thing. Her husband had a real big mouth. You're living in my house, and you're telling me to go F off all the time. I'd ask something simple. I'm at work all day, and my husband's at work all day. These two losers are sitting in my house. Their dog sheds. They go up and down the stairs. They wouldn't clean anything. Why should we have to clean? We're paying rent. I go, are you kidding me? it doesn't matter if you're paying rent. If you lived in your own apartment paying rent, you still got to clean, you pig. You know, I didn't say that like that, but I'm just saying. I mean, like, what is wrong with you? You would still have to clean. You would still have to clean. What has that got to do with paying rent? It has nothing to do with paying rent. And they were home all the time, and me and my husband were at work all the time. And because then I didn't work there no more. I worked at Lowe's. And they were really shitty because Lowe's just cut hours whenever they want. They thought nothing of cutting your hours to 10 hours a week. I was part-time. It was absolutely ridiculous. And I was going through some emotions working at Lowe's, and I was having problems with them. It wasn't a good time. I lost 11 family members in 1 year. But what happened, her husband, I had a condo that had an enclosed yard, which is very rare. I had a basement, I had a main floor, and I had an upstairs. The master bedroom was huge, and then there was a regular bedroom, okay? I don't know why I let him from the get-go move upstairs next to the room next to me and my husband's room. And so anyways, one day, I had all kinds of problems with them from the get-go. Like, she moved in there. I was with her for her whole surgery. Her mother has since passed on. I apologize about that. But her mother didn't even have enough sense to come to the hospital when her own daughter had surgery, or did her sisters. None of them came to see her. I was with her for the whole surgery. They did not even come one damn time. So, when I was gone with her at the hospital for the surgery, her husband, just lying losers, broke my lamp that was my dad's, broke it and doesn't tell me, and just kind of pushes the glass by the wall and supposedly tries to clean it up and doesn't say nothing to me. Like, who does that? And just leaves glass all over, and I got a dog. Oh. So then they broke my screen back door. She broke a table. I had a really pretty glass table that I got real cheap from Lowe's. It was like a $200 table with a mirror. She broke that. She fell down the stairs. She was always doped up, taking every pill that she could take. She had a seizure in Walmart, and I started crying because I've never seen anybody have a seizure in front of me before. And then she wanted to still drive after that. I'm like, no, you're not supposed to drive after a seizure. So, to make a long story short, my husband sat them down one day and said, look. And the way he said it was just perfect. He goes, this is her inheritance, this condo. This isn't even mine. It's hers, meaning me. His wife. He goes, you can't disrespect her and her house and telling her to F off. That is not right. You can't do that. I don't care if you don't like what she says or whatever. This is still her house. She owns it, but you can't talk to her like that. And I didn't talk to them like that. That guy who died, I'm sorry he died, but he had a horrible mouth. I did nothing but try to help these two bags of shit people. I'm like, you know, I told him before, I used to sit him down and try to talk to him. I'm like, look, I will help you try to walk again. I go, you're a young man. Don't you ever want to get in a car and drive again and have some kind of a life and a job or anything? I will help you. I will help you. Don't worry about falling. Me and my husband will help you walk again. I taught my dad when he had a midbrain stroke how to walk again in the hospital. I was on him. I let the therapy go. I walked with my dad hand in hand. I held him in front of me and I walked with my dad, and I did it over and over and over and over till my dad got strong and got good at it, right? I have no problem in helping people. I love to help people. So, you know, and my husband sat him down and explained to them that. Well, then again, one day he just cut me the wrong way. They used to leave I come home from work and I had to pay water, all utilities. I come home, the bathroom faucet's just on, just a little bit, just running. I'm like, it isn't free. What is wrong with you people? I come home, the oven light's on inside. You know, shut the oven off, put the lights on. And I'm like, what are you people doing? You know, and it's just shit like that. Didn't want to clean, didn't want to do anything. I mean, I'd have to clean their toilet. It was so full of shit around the rims. I don't know if they shitted like buffaloes. It's gross. It's disgusting. I don't want to clean something. I'm like, look, I'll take $200 off your rent a month if you clean your bathroom, wash the steps from your dog shedding, vacuum the whole living room part, and wash the kitchen floor. Take $200 to do those things once a week. They couldn't even do that. Those two, she's just a big bag of shit. Supposedly she's working at some nursing home in St. Clair Shores. I don't believe it. And if she does, she's probably hanging on by a thread. I mean, you don't do that in people's houses. Shut the toilet up, but you don't want to clean it, but I'm going to pay you to clean it, and you made the mess, and you don't even want to do that. They couldn't even do that. They couldn't even clean the house. Out of living there, she lived there was over 3 years of me, and it was nothing but torture the whole 3 years. Out of 3 years, she only made food twice. She told me, oh, I move in with you. I'm going to cook all the time for you guys, and she didn't do anything but make a freaking mess and break all my shit. Broke my screen, broke my lamp, broke my table. There's numerous other things. Didn't pay for none of it. What else? Then I couldn't take it one time. I don't know. Her husband started telling me to F off again. Something I told him, and I knew by now to approach him, try to approach him very kind and cool. Like, hey, dude, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he started saying, F you, F you. And so I grabbed his cell phone. I go, what did I tell you? And I go, I am not giving your phone back to you. Apologize. Quit telling me to F off in my own house. So she calls the cops on me. They think they take pity on him because he's crawling around the floor on his hands and knees because he's a ridiculous person, and they put me in jail, and that's my own house. These two fuckers were, excuse my language, I don't want to swear no more. Excuse my language. They put these two are in my house. All the charges were dropped, everything. But I never wanted to go to jail in my whole life experience. I was traumatized. My mother-in-law gave me money to bail me out. It was just horrible. My hair, I looked crazy. I was just like, oh my God, it was hysterical. And they applauded me when I got out of there. All those inmates in there, and some people were used to being there, they never see nobody as persistent as me to get the hell out of there. That's what all those inmates said. I was on the phone like 50,000 times. And Pat, she was a saint. She helped me. Oh my God, I swear to God, I got an applaud when I got out of there because they never see nobody get hysterical like me to get out of a place in their life, is what they said. And I gave my socks away to people just to be nice because they didn't have anything. And yeah, and I try to leave a cover behind. Oh, you came in here with 2 covers. Go back and get your other cover. I was trying to leave a cover behind for somebody. Couldn't do that. But yeah, I mean, and then I read after the fact, I got a hold of it, and I was nice enough. I was selling my condo, was the only way I could get rid of these people. I was going to give her, because she had no money, $200 for groceries after she put me in jail. I'm that kind of a good person. And then she had the nerve, that fat, ugly, she's ugly person, inside and out. She's moved the day she's moving out. My husband got sick at work. I had to go take him water. She leaves my house all unlocked and leaves, and just my basement's filthy. Leaves heavy wheelchairs down there. All kinds of glasses and food all over the floor. Who does that to people after you've been so good to them? And you leave my house unlocked. I don't even give a care of my flat screen TVs, all my shit. But my precious little Winston, my mother's dog, when she passed away, something could have happened to him. What a piece of garbage. She's a bad person. bad, bad person. And I even tried to be as good as person as I am to reach out to her ass when he passed away a couple years ago and saying, I'm sorry. Oh, don't contact me again or I'll call police. I go, you're really a sick person, aren't you? You just never learn how to be a human. All you know is to call the police. Call the police, you lying fat thing, you. Oh, she's just nasty and just disgusting. Oh, I don't want to even just think of her. Oh, it's just so bad, you guys. Try to help somebody and move them in with you. They wouldn't leave. They would not leave. I had to sell my condo is why I ended up back at Chuck's mother's place, and it was the best thing I ever did was to get rid of those two freaks. All I ever did was run her and him to the hospital with their fake sicknesses. He wasn't fake sick. His finger, in one day, he was a diabetic and wouldn't listen. I mean, not even the slightest part. His finger turned black and pointy like the witch from the Wizard of Oz overnight because he ate all kinds of candy bars and cakes and Dr. Pepper. Oh, just, he wouldn't even listen. And my husband don't listen, but he was way off the chain, worse than my husband. So, yeah, but I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. The poor man passed away, but I hope he sees now. I hope he's in heaven and all that. That was wrong what you did to me in my own house. That was so wrong. And then you lied and said I threw laundry soap at your husband. That was, I read the thing which she wrote up something like, and then she felt bad. She's acting like, oh, when they're taking me away. Well, I didn't think they were going to take you away. It's a game to her. You don't call the cops and make up lies. It's like somebody's going to jail, and unfortunately, it's the person, they should have been kicked out of there. And that's what my husband should have said. He was stupid. Well, kick their asses out. You're taking my wife. This is her condo. They don't need to be here. Oh my God, that just upsetted me so bad. You just don't even know. You don't know. So, yeah, she'll get hers. And I don't want nobody to die or nothing like that. But she needs to learn how to act like a human. You don't do that to somebody who tried to offer you a hand up and you lied. See, I only could go by face value. Oh, we're going to come there and I'm going to cook and Arnie's going to cook and we're going to help you guys. They never did nothing. She would sleep for 20 hours a day. She was all doped up. All she ever did was pop Xanax like she was a lunatic. Oh my God, it was just ridiculous. One time, we were going to call the fire department. She was butt naked and could not get out of the bathtub. She was so doped up, and he sat like an idiot by the bathtub for 2 hours begging her. She finally crawled out of the bathtub naked. We had to shut our door on her hands and knees and go in the other room. Who does shit like that? That's the kind of shit I've been through in my life. I don't ever live with nobody again. My husband did not want to move or nothing, but I know now because he's got his garages up. Moving was the best thing that I ever did. It was the best thing I ever did because he bonded with his mother the last years of her life. They became real close. I became real close to her. We had our times because she was real mean to me and she had dementia, but we still were close. As time and time went on, we got closer and closer. So, yeah. So, it is what it is. But it was best that he came back and made rights with his mom and got everything else straightened out. He was right as rain. He got his act together. It was good that we came to her house and live there now. It was the best move I ever made for both of us ever. And he didn't want to listen to me. And I know now he's like, you know, thank God I listened to my wife and moved. He did not want to move. He didn't help me pack anything, do anything. And it was the best thing we've ever done. Best thing ever done, hands down. And my mother-in-law loved my dog so much. He loved her so much, Wolfie. He would bite her every morning when she would go to school. He wouldn't let her get her shoes on. He would not let her, did not want her to go out that door. She had to go put her shoes on in the bathroom because he wouldn't let her get her shoes on. It was so sweet. But yeah, I've had my share of lunatic people in my life, trying to help people, always trying to help people, and people shitting on my head. I let her move in, and her ma helped her for years, giving her all kinds of money so she could stay in that apartment. She's just a mess, just a complete mess of a person. So, yeah, so that's what happened. So I'm just like, I can't even believe when they moved in, they were two nightmares from the get-go. And I thought she was going to be my friend moving in there. I never talked to her because all she did was sleep all day and night. Slept 20-some hours a day. And he was lonely in the basement all the time, talking to other women online or something, because all she did was doped up and sleep. It was just a disaster of them living there. And she was the main cause of it, because if she would have acted like a normal human and would have did something, she would have kept his ass in line. He would have listened to her if she would have been a normal human. And it just didn't work out that way. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't wish no bad on nobody, but she needs to learn how to be a human. And I don't believe her that she's got a job. She couldn't hold a job to save her damn life. Maybe things are different now. Maybe she's forced into it. I don't know. But she could not hold a job for 2 weeks. She couldn't do anything, and it was just horrible. And then somebody's going to give you $200 a month off your rent, or $250, I think it was. I was going to give them off, and you won't even clean your mess. Your freaking mess, you dumb cow. You won't even clean your mess. That's pathetic. That's absolutely pathetic. And they only had $1,000 a month to live off of, and she couldn't even clean her mess up and save money on her rent. That's crazy. That shows you what kind of person they were. So anyways, yeah, that's another story I had to tell you guys. So, and I got off the subject about cops. So, and like I said, I didn't fight the cops, and I had every right to. That's my house. They lied. I didn't know she wrote and lied like that. Like I said, everything was dropped. There's no record of anything because it was all lies. Complete lies. So, yeah, it's just horrible how people are. Don't fight the cops. Let the cops do their damn job. You know what? If they're going to take you to jail, let them take your stupid ass to jail. And, you know, and if you're right, you'll get out, whatever. And that's it. But people are taking away cops' ability to do anything. They want to argue with them over everything. I don't want to roll my window down. I don't want to get out of the car. I don't want to give you my name. I don't know. Well, what? Then why have cops at all? You answer that question. Why have cops at all if you don't want to listen to them? You know? Lisa's sharing life stories with you. This is really good story. It's got multiple stories in it. So tell me what you think about everything and let me know. Please comment and have a great day. Thank you. You guys ever help somebody like me and get kicked in the face? Because that's what happened. That was a complete kick in the face. You couldn't help somebody more than that. And then you're going to give them money off rent to clean up their own mess. And they still won't do it. That's when I'm like, I got to sell this and get away from these freaks. So, yeah. All right. Love you guys. Like and subscribe.